Oui. No, not Terminal 21. Up one. Wow, you're funny. Another comedian. Just what I need. Yeah, I'm feeling better. I'm out and about. Apple. Birds, gold, got it all here. Birds, gold, and fish. I'm going stir crazy. I gotta do something. Go somewhere. What the fuck was that? Gatorade. Need it. Need the sugar. How can I do this here? I don't have my little tripod. Really? I've lost like 50 pounds so far. And I've been sidetracked a few times. I haven't been able to train when I've been in the hospital. Mark, no offense, but contact me in about another year or two. Then I'll be impressed. Then I'll be like, you're one of the few. Until then, whether you met her family or not doesn't mean jack shit. I'm just being straight. You know how many girls' families I've met? And it turned out the whole family was in on the gig. Several, a half a dozen or so. You know, where the brother is the boyfriend, that kind of thing. Yeah, really, man. Just because you're not giving her money now doesn't mean you won't have to give her money later. You know, just take your time. I'm not saying she ain't good, but, you know, you should think about it. Give it time. I mean, you live here in Thailand? I mean, if it's an online thing, forget about it. Then it's got even less credence. Okay, all right. So you live here. Well, at least if you live here, that's a little different, you know. Well, that's good. I love this mall and I love this spot now. Their coffee's a little expensive though. Bangkok. Mall Bangkok. These are the small fish. I wonder where the big ones are. I think they're further down. This used to run the whole length of the mall. Now it only runs like a quarter of it. I mean, it might be a nice place to come if you want to do a little shopping and get some lunch. Other than that, the only reason I come here is because I can get money from the ATM, I can get something to eat, I can have a coffee, I can do whatever I want here, and it's relatively cheap. Or it's as cheap as I want it to be. Plus they got Apple over here. All you have to do is go to a Amazon Coffee and they're 35 baht. It's cheap. Amazon Coffee. There's a lot of coffee places around that are inexpensive. I just don't usually go to them, but I have been lately because because I don't have that much money right now. The hospital drained me. But 35 baht's all right. Okay. I find talking about women, honestly, it's like, if you have a good one and she sticks around, great. That's the only thing. If she sticks around, great. You got a friend, you got a companion, you got a lover, you got everything. Fantastic. But other than that, I mean, you know, like, if I didn't have my wife, believe me, I wouldn't give women a whole lot of attention, or, you know, I wouldn't give them a whole lot of attention. Well, the coffee club is a high-end place, man. I mean, what do you expect? That's a completely Western establishment. It's like going to Starbucks. You can walk around in the mall here and you can find 4 or 5 places where the coffee's 50 baht, 45 baht, 35 baht. It's cheap. What was I in the hospital for? First was I had to have my gallbladder removed. Second was, oh shit, I gotta put this thing down, man. Bugging me. Second was a bile duct obstruction, which sucked. That was really painful. And then the third one was when the stent that was holding the bile duct open fell out. So I had to have surgery again. So 3 surgeries in about 5 weeks, which sucked. Honestly, it still sucks. You know, I mean, I fall asleep like every day in the afternoon and early in the evening. And I don't have that much energy, so I'm trying to walk around and do stuff, get myself back in shape. I gotta go somewhere. I'm bored out of my head already. I need to go to Myanmar, India, somewhere in Africa, Mozambique. I need to go somewhere like badass to get me revved up again. But I need to make sure I got a little better insurance. Well, I wasn't really sick. It's more of a condition, you know. It's not like, you know, I didn't take care of myself when I got sick. I don't want to go to North Korea because I don't want to be told where I can and cannot go and stuck on a tour. Oh, I'm going to give it some time. I have to give it some time. I don't have the money to travel right now, and I don't have the energy, and I don't have some of the things that I need. Oh, Lone Wolf, I got your, you know, email, and I will address it. One of your emails. It'll be in the next week or so. It'll go up. I don't remember if you put any names, but no names. Oh. But I don't feel like waiting for very long. I mean, you know, like, no more than about 2 months, I got to get out of here and go somewhere. Even if it's just in Thailand or I just take a train trip. I got to get the fuck out of here, man. I'm bored. I get bored, you know, sitting and writing. And I mean, all I've been doing is editing my photos and trying to write. And I can't really sit for very long working, you know, writing or whatever. I can't do it for all that long. It starts doing my head in right now. I'm like, I got to lay down. Better you look at this stuff than me. People up there looking down. Udantani Rocks. I don't know I'd go that far. I used to live there. But I lived there before it was really built up. I'd say the people are nice there. On the whole, they're very nice. Yeah, peaceful is a good word. If you don't want much noise, you don't have to have much noise. If you don't want much action, there's not much action unless you want to make it happen. You know, go to a karaoke and start buying rounds or something like that. Other than that, though, I wouldn't live there again. Gold prices are going down. 18.4, what is it? 18.450. 18.350. So I don't want to drop this water. I don't even give a shit about the United States. The only thing I'll be going to the United States for is a visit. That's it. I've decided I won't live there. And if I don't want to live here, I'll find another place to live. I can live in Ireland. I can live in Ecuador. There's numerous places that I could live once the family is a little more established and we're more stable again. Kids got to get out of school. Then maybe one day. I know, and I don't want to be part of it. I don't want to be part of the new world. Shit, I forgot about that. I mean, you know, there are some places that I've thought about living, and my wife will live there as long as we have the funds. But I could always, we could always get a piece of land here and live basically with nobody around us, and that'd be just fine by me. It's just a matter of dealing with the Thai red tape and everything, and really it's not that bad right now for me. Turn this fucking thing over. Sucks not having your little mini tripod. I've grown old in Thailand. If anybody wants to see a good movie, it's on Netflix, at least here. It's called Cuba and the Cameraman. Fucking good movie. And the guy's been going to Cuba for 40 years, so I kind of feel like that guy, because I haven't been coming here that long, but it's changed a lot. I don't care what anybody says. A lot more modern than before. I have to show this shirt off. It's a good rendition of me. Well, in Cuba, yeah, the old cars, they're pretty wild. I wonder what I should get. What more do I want? I'm hungry. My kid was laughing because I'm wearing this shirt because it's got the same. It's like if somebody looks, all they can. Why do you have a picture of you on your shirt? And school's out right now, so the mall's starting to pick up again, starting to get really busy. Oh, I'll hang in there. Well, like I said, I don't have any problem staying here. Not at all. And, you know, most of the people who have problems staying here, you know, it's either because of their age or because of money. And I understand, but, you know, you got to do what you got to do. There are other places in the world to live if you don't want to, if you can't, if you can't live here or you don't want to live here. This fucking thing. Next time I need to bring my bag. I like that red parrot over there. I don't know if you can see it, but the red parrot to me is the most badass parrot. I just gotta get in the way. There we go, get out of the way. Okay, well, hello. Hello, good night. Thought about going. No. The only reason I would go to Australia is to go to the Outback and take a nice trip through the Outback and do a walkabout or a drive-about or something like that. That's really the only reason I would go there. New Zealand, I'd go there just to go and... But I don't think I would live there. I don't know. It's too westernized for me. Too modern. Let's see, now I can... Yeah, my mother's been to New Zealand, and she likes it. Yeah, well, I'm glad I'm still around. I had my doubts for a little while. I was wondering if I was going to be around much longer. And I'm still kind of worried, because if something happens now, right now I'm fucked, because I drained my savings to pay for the last procedure, because my insurance wouldn't pay for it, because the first two procedures ran up the maximum. So I need to get some better insurance, and then I'm still not going to be covered for a bile duct problem. So if I have a problem, at least, you know, in the next couple of weeks or something, I'm going to be in deep shit. I'm going to have to go to a government hospital, and it's going to suck. But, you know, if I can last a year or two, I should be okay. You know, get the money back up. Stash some emergency cash again, because that was an emergency. And I thought the insurance would cover everything, but it didn't work out that way. So, you know, which is why I talked about that in the last stream. It's important you're not underinsured. An insurance that has at least the bare minimum $1 million baht coverage per incident. But I'd say the maximum insurance that you can the maximum insurance that you can afford, that's what I would say. Because especially if you're a little older, you're never gonna, I mean, you know, you don't know what's gonna happen. So to me, it's better to be in a position of strength and have good insurance than to not have it. Shit, I forgot about that too. Son of a bitch, that's an extra, for me, it's about an extra 9,000 baht a month. Insurance is expensive when you get older. There we go. But in that last video, I got 2 links. I got links to two websites. Oops, battery's going dead. I got links to 2 websites, and I'll probably do a video about it when I can get my shit together a little bit more. You know, doing the editing. The streaming is very easy. You just turn on the camera, you walk, you do whatever. But the videos, I mean, some of the videos I have, I mean, I got to edit, and it's like cuts you got to do. You know, it's not like you cut 2 or 3 times and it's done. It's a couple hundred sometimes, and it's a pain in the ass. And something like insurance is something I'd want to really give some time to, because it's important. Could cost you up the ass. I mean, it could ruin you savings-wise. It could just completely devastate you. So not having insurance isn't the smartest thing. I'd say at least have travel insurance if you're going to be here, if you're coming here. You can self-insure, okay. I guess it depends on how much you have saved. But like I said, let's say you got 500 grand. You could easily, especially if you're not in Thailand, you could easily wipe that money out in, you know, if you have a serious condition. If you're talking about outpatient, that's a little different, you know. You can get an inpatient procedure, and, you know, as long as you got, you know, 2,500 bucks, you're fine for an outpatient procedure, or, you know, just seeing the doctor. But inpatient, that's a different story. Dennis, I just felt like streaming. I just was sitting here and I just thought, fuck it, I'll stream. Have my sandwich and stream for 45 minutes or so. Thank you, Evan. I'm not a proponent of self-insuring. Would 50K cover it? Usually, yes. Usually. Let's see. For my 3 procedures, it was about, altogether, it was about $33,000. So, you know, if you had 50K in the bank, yeah, you would have been able to cover it. and you wouldn't have had to pay any insurance, so you would have saved, I guess. But then you got to come up with, then what happens if it happens again, and you have another procedure, and it's another 10 or 15,000 bucks. You know, just to me, it seems like, as much as I hate paying something every month that you don't use, I think it's a smart way to go. Even if you just have travel insurance, like Longhorns, like Mr. Billy, he's got travel insurance and it covers him up to 2 million baht. So he should be okay. But outpatient, he's on his own. I think they should put something up in the ceiling. They should paint it or something. Huh. I mean, people say that, you know, they think it's so cheap. It can be, depending on what procedures you're doing. It's cheaper in almost all cases. It's definitely cheaper, but it doesn't mean it's going to be cheap. Let me think here. 3,000 minus, no, 3,000 plus, what was it? 130, 155. Jesus Christ, 209, so 202. 202 is about what? 6,500, about $12,500. Is what wasn't covered. I had to pay it. We had to pay it. My wife and I had to pay it. So, I mean, you know, and that's because the last procedure, they only covered about 250 bucks, which, it's my fault for underinsuring, you know, but I haven't had anything like that happen. Now I'm like, I knew I should have bumped that up, but fuck it, you know, it's too late now. So any day now I should be getting some new insurance. It's all about money. We got to have money in the bank, you know, we got to save. So while I'm resting, I'm on a low budget, a much lower than usual budget. Dennis, what's cracking with you, man? If you're still there, are you heading north or are you still down south? Yeah, that's what everybody says. I'm alive and well, you know. I mean, it is good, obviously. I wasn't ready to die yet. Kept thinking about my kids and my old lady and, you know, what are they going to do? And, you know, if something happens, but now, you know, now my wife is like, you better start saving money fast. You better save that money. Because if something happens again, we're fucked. You'll be in a government hospital. And I'm like, oh man. I'm like, shut up. I don't want to hear it. I understand. You know. Yeah, I don't want to be in a government hospital if I can help it. You know, they're not going to be quite so caring and free with the pain medicine and all that other kind of stuff. They're okay, but you know, a lot of times you have to wait. There's a queue. If you're in pain, you just sit there and you're in agony. They may or may not save you. It really depends on, are you ready to die or are you going to die in a few days, which was my case. The doctor told me, if we really felt you were going to die like right away, we would have taken you into surgery. Whether we knew about the funds or not, we would have saved you because we had an obligation to do so. But according to him, I had about a week. So, you know, it was like, don't worry, we'll get to you. But I was in a government hospital where my wife's mother was, and, you know, no air conditioning. There was like 50 people in a ward. It was, you don't want to go there if you don't have to. I mean, if you got a little bit of money and you can afford it, you'd be better off in at least a semi-private room, you know. So, something to think about. Very little. I mean, you know, but I speak Thai, so. Well, I am going to take it easy for, I'm going to take it easy for 2-3 months. What's this? This is September to October, November, December. Yeah, by the end of the year, I should be ready. Hopefully I'll be on my way to Africa in April, and maybe to Myanmar in January. That way Mr. Billy and I can go. But I don't feel 100%, so I don't want to leave and you know, be in the middle of nowhere and go, oh, well, I don't really have any good insurance. My insurance isn't going to pay. I'm fucked. I'm going to die here in, you know, some place where, you know, their idea of a hospital is a mud hut or something, you know. What was that? Yeah, life does throw you some curveballs. And this was a hell of a curveball for me because, you know, the gallbladder thing, all right, it hurt. I could have, you know, I could have got over that, and I thought I was getting over it. And then, boom, a couple weeks later, at least I got to go to Myanmar for a few days and go for that fight. But then, you know, a week or so after that, I'm back in the hospital. I'm like, well, this sucks. But okay, you know, my insurance covers it. You know what I mean? And then it's like, oh, wait a minute. It's been 2 weeks and now I'm sick again. So I'm like crossing my fingers I don't have to go back in. Because if I do, I'm not in great shape. You know, I'm not in a position of strength where, you know, I just tell the hospital, here you go, here's my card. I got plenty of cash in the bank. I'm not worried. You know, I can pay $5,000 if I have to. It's not a big deal. I'm not in that position anymore. So, and for those who remember, you know, I used to put up how much money I earned from my channel in the streams. And I've stopped doing that. But I can tell you that my goal for 6 months was $7,200. That's $1,200 a month. That would have been enough for me to do everything that I wanted to do. Well, I'm just under 5,000, and it's almost 6 months. I got like a week left. So I'm well below what I wanted to be at and what I needed to be at. So, you know, like, it's good I wait for 3 months and rest and don't go anywhere and don't blow a whole lot of money. Don't go on any trips. That's because I just don't give a fuck, you know? To be honest, when I think about YouTube, it's kind of like being on TV or being in a movie. And I mean, I've been on TV and I've been in a movie or two, and, well, National Geographic and in a movie. And it's not that big of a deal. What for me, what always has been the big deal is, what did it do for me? And as far as, you know, like, well, thrusting me into popularity, it never did that. As far as earning me a shitload of money, never did that. I think I earned $3,000 from the 2 things that I did. And I had to pay my way to France. So really it was about $2,000. So, you know, it's not like those things propelled me into stardom and into fortune. You know what I mean? Like, And YouTube doesn't do that either. So like, I mean, you know, when it comes down to it, I'm just some fucking dude who's holding my camera up. That's really all it is. And sometimes I get good stuff and sometimes I get shit. You know, sometimes people, they look at me and they go, oh my God, I can't believe I met you. There's some French guy roaming around here in the mall. He always is coming to me. I met him 2 weeks ago. Right when I got out of the hospital. A week and a half ago. And now I'm bumping into him all the time. You know what I mean? And he's like, I can't believe I finally met you. And I'm like, it ain't that big of a deal, pal. You know what I mean? Like, Sasha, what's happening, man? I was wondering what's going on with you. Everybody wants their kids to look at the, yeah, I guess everybody wants their kids to look at the fish. I wish I could sleep in really late, like you. I wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I can't get back to sleep, and I've been that way my whole life. Even now. I mean, I'll go to sleep at 7 o'clock. Last night I went to sleep about 9. I fell asleep at 9 o'clock. My wife is talking to me. I just went, I'm tired. Turned my head, laid down, boom, I'm out. And then I woke up at 5 o'clock because she gets up to make sure that the kids are up so that they're going to go to school. Except they're not in school now, so she got up and then she's like, oh, the kids don't have to go to school. I used to do that all the time, but now I don't have the energy to stay up that late. So, I don't know why these guys stay. These guys must make sure that nobody messes with the birds or something, or the birds don't go after each other. I don't know. Oh. Yeah. Usually I take a little afternoon snooze, you know, like I got some food here for dinner. I needed some stuff to make a little dinner for my kids because my wife's not going to be home till late. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to make them some shit. Battery's going dead on my phone. I'm gonna make them some spaghetti with like a fettuccine with some white sauce and bacon. Something different. And so I had to get some bacon and what else did I forget? I know I forgot something. Son of a bitch. What was it? I don't know. Anyway. Hey, click thumbs up. Share. Watch my videos. I got a bunch of videos coming up. Not just where I'm sitting there, but I really want to get to one up where I fall onto the wire. I'm in Koh Chang, and I fall onto the wire. I'm walking on this wire. You know, I'm strapped in, but I'm walking on the wire, and I fall, and the wire goes right up my ass crack, and that was painful. I want to get that one done. I want to get some of the Burmese videos done. So I got a lot of stuff coming up. Hopefully they'll be interesting. Yeah, you're laughing, but I wasn't laughing at the time. That was fucking hard, man. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Hey, Tim, how you doing? That was pretty funny. Looking back, it's pretty funny. Because, you know, whenever you fall on the ass crack, that's kind of funny. But then again, anything really to have... I don't know why, but why is it that everything to do with your ass it seems to be funny? Hey, Richard. You know, things like, you know, poo. People laugh at that. Farts. They're always laughing. Even if people are 50 years old, 60 years old. Oh, really? You're in Nana? Oh. Cool. Yeah, it is a very tender spot. That and the balls. Yeah, I always liked watching Johnny Knoxville having a pool ball drop or a croquet ball smack up against his nuts. I thought that was fantastic. Oh, oh, a woman getting kicked in the snatch is about as funny as a man getting kicked in the balls, except it's a little less relatable. But I'm going to put up a blog on my website in the next day or two, and it's basically talking about what I talked about in the last stream, where I was like, man, my ass hurts. I can't believe my asshole hurts so much. I'm like, what did they do to me? I'm like, do I have hemorrhoids from this surgery? I'm like, how the hell did that happen? And then I was like, my ass doesn't feel right. It feels a little too warm and tingly and wet. And I had to go into the bathroom, and when I reached back, sure enough, there was the stent, the pigtail, metal or plastic stent rather, coming out of my ass, and that didn't feel very good. And I thought, you know, once I got it out and got it all cleaned up, I thought it was pretty funny. You know, once I got over the shock and the, you know, like, okay, well, it's got to come out. Well, that's all right, Jared. You do what you can, man. I know how hard it is. Believe me, you know. And my wife reminds me all the time, you need to save more money. You're not saving enough money. Why don't you give me the money? That way I'll make sure it gets saved. And bless her heart, you know, if it wasn't for her and saving the money, I would have been in a rough spot. You know. So she's right. And that's why I won't be going anywhere. At least I won't be going anywhere expensive. I may go somewhere in Thailand in the next month. You know, I may go somewhere, you know, a half a day away or on a train or something. I may do something easy like that. But I'm not going to go and do any trip to Africa or Myanmar where I'm bouncing all over the place. And everybody likes to watch the fish. I love this little place. It's not great for photography here. It's okay. I mean, I could get this shot right here of the old guy looking in here. I like that. But, you know, a little too much commercialism in the background for me. I don't like that. I don't like to see all these shops and stuff. Even though it is a mall. All right, well, I don't have much time left on my battery. I got about, I don't know how many percent, but I probably got about 2 minutes left. And then it's nap time. Recuperation time. Want a shirt with my picture on it? Said Charles Bukowski. I like this color. All right, let's take another look here. Up on pain. You know, I like Aubon Pain. I used to come here all the time when I lived on. I used to live on Sukhumvit Soi 2. No, was it 2? Yeah, Sukhumvit Soi 2. I used to live at the end of the street, and inside the hospital was an Aubon Pain. So I used to go to Aubon Pain and get soup and get sandwiches and all kinds of stuff. Now I almost never come here, but I'm starting to just because it's in a nice place. But I really don't want a coffee because I've already had one, and I've already eaten, so not much more to do here. They eat pain for breakfast. I eat glass for breakfast. Here's my pen. All right. I think it's time to get out of here. They have their moments. Sometimes they go nuts. I'm gonna walk over there real quick and then I'll get out of here because my battery's gonna go dead. They're moody. They're like women. Birds are like women. They have their mood swings. Did I just say that? I guess men have mood swings too, but... Okay, Jared. Take it easy. There we go. Check it out. I like the white one too. My favorite one is the little red one. I don't know, man. See, they get noisy sometimes. Whenever the guy starts feeding them or gets ready to put them away, they start getting really noisy. That was the red one. They like to talk. My mother has two, what are they called? They're not parakeets. They're, I guess they're just parrots. I don't know. Forget what they are. But they talk. And one of them used to say my sister's name, or my mother would say my sister's name, and then the parrot would go, "What?" Because my sister always used to go, "What?" So the parrots would copied her and started saying, "What?" So they've had this Fantasia Lagoon thing up for months, and I don't know why, because to me it's in the way. It's like, just get this thing out of the way. I guess it's all about promotion here. We're gonna see what they're selling over here in the little main area, and then I'm gonna shut it off before my phone goes dead. I think they're just selling clothes. I don't understand. I mean, I do, but I don't understand. Sometimes they have these completely, I don't know, it might be cockatiels. I don't know. Do they talk? I mean, they sell this shit inside the mall. Why do they got to bring it downstairs to sell it? You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you're going to sell it, do something extra special. I don't know. Yeah, this is just a clothes thing. So they don't have the little food thing with the Tokyo theme or the Chinese theme or the Thai food thing. It's nothing like that, or, you know, Thai goods. This is just all clothes that they sell already here, which I just don't get it. Wonderful. What happened to the polo that used to have like a little horse? Now they have this huge horse. This is all they got. Very boring to me. doesn't warrant a video for sure. Let's check on Levi's. 501 Levi's, 3,190 baht, but they're 30% off. 31.90. So that's $100. So 100 minus 30%. Yeah, I don't like that big horse. I like the little one. But that $100, so on sale they're $70, which, you know, that's a little more reasonable. But I got like 4 pairs of them, and I don't need any, and I don't want any. All right, it's time to get out of here. I'm gonna get in the taxi, my wonderful Thai taxi. Hopefully I'll get a good driver. Won't have any hassles, no attitude. Let's see. Let's check it out. One more. Couple. All right. Go by Happy Land Cup. Cup. Go by Now Women. All right, it's time for me to go. So thanks everybody for joining me on this little impromptu stream. I'll be back maybe on Sunday.
Happy Land through.
ไปนาวมินทร์ครับก็ไปแฮปปี้แลนด์2ไม่ได้อะ ตำรวจจะจบ yeah, you can't turn right here. Thank you everybody. Yeah, I'm better. I'm getting better. Every day I'm getting better. A little worn out now, man. Whew. It's been a busy morning, but yeah, I'll be back Sunday or next week sometime. I don't know when. I'll put it up somewhere. So anyway, thanks again. Thanks for everything. And until next time, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Choke D.